agents of the unexplained. Grab your gear and let's journey into the mysterious world of cryptids and the paranormal. Get ready for an adventure into the unknown. Listen carefully as you are guided through the unexplained and cryptid phenomena that challenge our understanding of reality. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Well, hello, everybody. Tonight, even though I misspelled his name on the announcements and that, I apologize. But we got Tim from Beaver County Paranormal Team. Hell of a nice guy. I really enjoyed talking with him. Really enjoy doing all, you'll see. I can't go on and on about the guy. But first off, I'm going to put something up here. There we go. Our sponsor, Spiritual So Simple. Sydney Stewart. There's all the info. Check her out. It'll be great. Hi, Curtis. How you doing? So before we go any further, let me do this and get my stupid phone working, if it will. But it ain't. So I'm just going to bring Tim in. There he is. How you doing, Tim?
Hey, how you doing, Bill?
Great. The thing is, we got several things to discuss. What the hell got you into the paranormal?
Well, I lived in a little town called Millville, PA, right outside of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And I was
exactly where that's at. That's an old mill town.
Oh, yeah. And I was about 7 years old, and I was sleeping in my mom's bed, and I kept hearing noises. I started yelling for my mom. She comes upstairs, turns her bedroom light on, and all of her drawers were pulled out on her dressers. She said, "Don't worry about it. Everything's okay." She closed them all, kept the door cracked a little bit, left the hallway light on, went back downstairs. But 15 minutes later, did it again. She came upstairs, just picked me up, took me downstairs. I fell asleep downstairs, and I didn't know what was going on. Then I find out later on my years, my sisters and my brother and everything else, that there was a spirit that was following my stepfather around. Ended up being it looked like, he said it looked like his aunt that passed away. And every time he was around, it would follow him around and stayed in our house whenever he was there. I got into that, that's the first time I had an experience. And then after that, I went, years later, I went down. My very first investigation was Moundsville Prison. And did that one down there and just got into it. But now we're like hitting it off pretty hard. We got a team together and we want to do what we can.
Well, that's the thing. Before I really got into doing the investigating with ghosts and that, we've had a few experiences in that. But, I'm more, a lot of people say I'm more Bigfoot than I am the paranormal, but I'm a little bit of everything. Yeah, because I've seen apparitions. I've seen orbs at the cemetery where there should be no lights. We've seen, a UFO even when I was 14 years old at the school bus stop. Because we lived south of Newcastle in North Beaver Township. So I went to Mohawk High School. Well, seeing that really freaked me out. But anyhow, and of course I did finally see a Bigfoot 4 years ago, or 3.5 years ago. So I'm really into it all, but the paranormal is so interesting.
Most definitely is.
But my question to you is, why do you think they're still hanging around?
Well, nobody knows for sure. Excuse me, but I think that it's something like a purgatory. They come in between before they go north or south, heaven or hell, and they have something they need to finish and do. Excuse me, before they go. That's what I think. But nobody knows.
I think some don't even realize they're dead, truthfully. Yeah, that happens suddenly, and they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and not everyone, but I do believe that. That the thing is we really don't understand a lot about that yet, and people have been investigating for how long, and that's like in the cryptid field.
Yeah, most definitely. It's getting all the equipment people come out with, all the ideas people come out with. I mean, it seems like it's like baby steps. We're getting closer and closer. That's how I think. I mean, it's just the spirits. They do what they want. We're on their time. They don't communicate. They don't want to see us to see them. They don't want to talk. They're not going to.
Exactly. And that's the thing, And I'm still talking about this one when we went to the old Butler VA hospital. I went with Ghost Chick, and the activity in that place was just crazy. Other places you go into, nothing. Even though they're supposed to have activity in there, there's nothing.
Yeah, that happens. It happens. Like there's a place down here in Bridgewater, PA. We went to the local tavern. Used to be called the 1810 Tavern, and I knew the owner real well. And she let us come in whenever we wanted to. And there'd be times in there that we would get absolutely nothing for hours, like 3, 4, 5, 6 days times in a row. Then the next time we go there, we had one of my teammates had their hair pulled. Someone jumped on the steps and like they thought the steps were collapsing. They jumped on the steps right behind them so hard there was nobody there. And a quick funny thing is one time we were there for about 4 hours and we were getting absolutely nothing. So I asked the owner if hey, can I put the camera up, let it run all night, and I'll come back in the morning and get it. She said, yeah, that's no problem. As soon as we left, you can hear us walking down the sidewalk leaving, like our muffled voices. Not even 10 minutes after we left, machines start going off, the REM pods were going off, music boxes were going off. As soon as we left, they just didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah, exactly. My buddy Danny Buckner says, "Good evening, sir. How do you think spirits are able to knock and move stuff, even throw stuff?"
Well, Dan, like I said, nobody knows everything for sure. I mean, my thought on it is it all depending on how much energy. I mean, it's like how much energy is with that spirit. It comes out to be like if you want to move a set of keys that are on the table. I mean, you have to have a lot of energy. And I just think that like when they feed off of like our equipment and everything else, they get more energy, more things happen. But a lot of it has to do with how much energy they have. And a lot of them don't have a lot of energy. That's why they're not seen, they're not heard, or they're very faint.
Right. Now, and that can go, like we can see some apparitions, but there's no response from them. And I kind of call them the residual, because they're constantly seen. Like in town here at the old railroad station, there's a lady with a suitcase walking up on the second floor, heading out toward the tracks. It wasn't just once she was seen; it was several times.
It's like doing the same thing over and over.
Yep.
Like Groundhog Day.
Yes.
I mean, that's what it is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with any kind of stuff like that. But I do know that, people say it's residual. Like, we're in a hallway and same thing keeps happening constantly. We're thinking it's residual. We don't see nothing, but like if our tripwire goes off,
Right.
We notice like that if the same thing happens. We go back to another location, the same thing happens in the same place. It's residual. I mean, are they stuck there? They have to be, because they're not doing anything else. They're not going anywhere else. So I'm not 100% sure of the residual stuff.
Good question, Hannah. Hannah, so is it possible for ghosts to take our energy too and use it?
Yes, I do. I 100% believe that. 100% believe that, because we've had, we were at Madison Seminary. One of my teammates went into a room he wasn't supposed to go. They said the room's a bad room. Everybody don't go in there. He did not know. It drained him so fast. We had to help him down the steps from the attic all the way down, back down outside to get some fresh air, because it drained him pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, he was all white, pale white. It's my girlfriend, same thing at the Wanda Museum. She went into a room, and a funny story. If you got a sec, I can tell you about it. It's pretty funny.
Go ahead.
We were all in the Wanda Museum. We were all in one room, and of course everybody left me, so I stayed by myself. And then they went in other rooms, whatever. Then I see a flashlight coming down the hallway. It was my girlfriend, and I'm like, "Hey, Jules, what's up?" She's like, "Nothing." Like, bro, me. I'm like, "Oh, what'd I do? I'm by myself." So I'm like, "You okay?" "You okay?" "I'm fine." And she goes downstairs. I'm like, something's not right with her. So I go back downstairs. She's not around. She's end up being in the bathroom. So I went back in, started changing batteries out. She goes walking out to me, and she's pure white, sweating like you wouldn't believe. And she never sweats. She's always wearing a hoodie. Even in the summertime, we go to Outer Banks. She takes her hoodie with her. She's sweating really bad. So we go outside, get her some fresh air. She felt better. And she said that she got really sick upstairs in the room, almost passed out. Started seeing black spots. So later on the night, we up around there, and out there with P&L Paranormal, and we teamed up with them. While we were there, and we went in the room. And as soon as we walked in the room, there was four of us: me, Jules, Lou, and Pam. Jules, my girlfriend, Jules, she started getting really sick again. I'm like, "Oh, go out in the hallway," and she was out in the hallway. She goes, "This is the same room I got sick in before." Well, of course, me, I want to know what's going on. So I'm like, "Hey, come on back in here, see what happens again." As soon as she walked in, she goes, I know. I got to use her for the experiment, Well, she's
still with you.
Yeah.
Oh, she's crazier than I am.
I know. I'm a lucky guy. But then she got real sick again, though, for real. We put her back in the hallway. Then the other girls start saying she's getting sick. So she goes out in the hallway. She started feeling better. So I asked Lou, I said, "Hey, are you feeling okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "I'm fine, too. I don't know what's going on here." So at the end of the night, we get downstairs to the main room, and they have a security guard there, because it's actually an active museum, the little train museum. And I asked the guy if people have gotten sick on here, and he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Why?" And I told him. He started laughing. He's like, "Listen," he goes, "that room you went in is where the train conductors went in. Like they drive the train down. They get so far, they get off, put fresh guys on the train. The train would continue on. They'd stay there and sleep there. Well, that was their poker room where they drank beer, talked about women, smoked cigars and everything else. They didn't want no women in there. So they made the women sick." He said that happened numerous times before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was pretty interesting.
Yep. That is. Yeah. That is really, and using her as a test dummy. Wow.
It's the best trigger object we got. I'm like, "Come on back in here." She wasn't happy, but she did it. She was a trooper. We tried to experiment, and it worked. She got sick again.
How long ago was that?
That was probably about 3 years ago.
And she's still with you.
Yeah, I know.
I thought she was, no.
She's a sweetheart. I mean, you met her at all the events and stuff like that. She's my right hand woman. She helps out a lot with all my stuff. A lot. I appreciate that.
Sweetheart too. She is. And Danny got a question. Okay, let me put it up here so we can read. He says, "I know everyone has their ideas. Thank you for yours. When they drain someone, do you think they pick someone, and how do they pick them?"
Oh, Dan, I really don't know. I mean, possibly it could possibly like I guess you can say the weakest link, maybe.
Or the strongest energy field coming off a person, maybe.
I mean, it can go either way, but it might go after the person that's most vulnerable. Because people have said, I mean, there's no proof of anything, but people have said also that when people get scared and the spirits see that, they feed off that.
True.
And maybe that's what they do.
True. That's a good possibility there too, because but they want. I'm going back to Patrick Swayze and Ghost. I keep where he got to get this energy to move things and do things.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me that it's a movie. But it's possible that they can be drawing energy off the weakest link or the strongest link, trying to take their energy because they're so strong.
It's true. I mean, they can do whatever they want because we can't stop them.
No.
They can stop us, but we can't stop them.
And that's the thing. And when you're dealing with spirits, you can run into an angry one. Griff, he made it. Yeah, I think you met Griff at the event, my event last year, Tim. But you run into an angry spirit because he's pissed off because he died, or he's pissed off because somebody shot him and he died. You just don't know, or he's just angry, just an angry old soul. Then you can run into a happy-go-lucky one. And when we were at the old Butler VA, we run into all types of them. There was a very angry one in there, and he wanted to leave with all of us. And all of us had to say, no, you're staying here. You're not coming with us. And, of course, we did cleanse ourselves when we got out of the place. And that was just supposed to be a quick walkthrough to see what was going on in there and make a game plan for when we were able to get back, which takes a lot of red tape since that's a federal government building. Well,
did you end up going?
Huh?
Did you end up going to it though? Investigate?
The very first time in there.
Oh, okay.
We spent 5.5 hours in there. Had 5 floors, a basement and a sub-basement, and we had activity in every floor. Every floor.
So it's my kind of place.
Yeah, it was exciting. It really was.
Yeah. Fortunately, we have never had, me personally, and a lot of my team, that we have never had anything bad. I mean, the one time we did, Steve M on my team, he did take something home with him, and he couldn't sleep. He was having nightmares when he did fall asleep and everything else. He resaged himself, and he's good now.
Well, that angry one didn't follow us out of that room, but I wasn't taking those chances,
Oh, heck no.
Because you just don't know. And well, my wife was really excited that we were going there to investigate because that's where her father died. She said, "You might meet my dad finally."
Yeah.
Okay. But he was a pilot in World War II.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He ended up getting shot down. He had head injuries and all that. But yeah, he was a tough old bird. Big, mean at times when he wanted to be, from everything I heard from the family. But I didn't get to meet him there.
Yeah. Well, but not to change the subject, but tell your wife thank you for her dad's service. I appreciate that.
I will.
That's big. That's big to me.
Me too. I we were at my grandkids' school for Veterans Day. My oldest grandson comes into my room and says, "Grandpa, I need you to sign this paper for school." Okay, and I'm looking at it. He wanted me there for Veterans Day. And I said, "You really want me there?" He says, "Yeah." Okay, and I filled it out. Yeah, I was Army and all this. And I go to him after I give him the paper. I says, "I didn't even know you knew I was in the service." He says, "I heard you talking about it the one time." I says, "When?" He says, "A long time ago." He remembered.
Oh, wow.
And that hit my heart good, man. It made me feel good.
Well,
And,
I didn't know you're Army though. Thank you for your service too.
yeah. And I don't brag about it. It was my duty. And but we're at the thing for the school for the vets. One gentleman, he was sitting by himself with his wife. He's a lot older, and his great granddaughter had him there, and he didn't really talk to anybody else. And that as we're walking out, he had to stop and sit down again. And I walked over to him. I says, "Non-vet." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "I want to thank you, sir." He says, "No, thank you too." I went, "Yeah, but I didn't go to NOM. You did, and you deserve all the thanks in the world." And I said, "For that fiasco of a war."
Yeah.
And I went in right after. I was right after NOM, thank God. But my uncles, I had three uncles actually over there. The one was only over there for 4 months before he came back. But my Uncle Jim was Air Force. He's MP Intelligence. My other uncle, he was Army, but I'm not sure what he was doing there. And it's getting close to, getting old enough to getting close to graduating or quitting and going to the service. And my mom sat me down. I was 16. And she says, "You got some choices to make. When you're done with schooling, you're probably going to have to sign up for the draft." Well, they abolished that, thank God. Or go to college. Okay. Or go to Canada. And I looked at her. I went, "Canada's out. I ain't going there. I haven't made my mind up about college, but I'm more than likely going into service." And she just looked at me and she goes, "I'm going to say I'm very proud of you, even though that's the wrong answer for me." And at that point, I had a hard time understanding it. But when my oldest son signed up for the Army over 9/11, I understood very much.
Yeah.
So, and I do understand that. And now, it took me all those years. I'm very proud of my son for signing up, but very paranoid too. But anyhow, Danny goes, "It is good to say a prayer as you go in and as you leave." And he's relatively new. The reason for the questions, Danny, is to all this.
Oh, that's better, Dan.
It doesn't matter, Danny. Ask away, buddy. Griff, he's retired military. Thank you, Griff, for everything. Him and his wife are awesome people. When I was in the hospital last year, they traveled down from Oil City to come down and sit on Father's Day with me. And I'll never forget it. That it was great seeing them. And my wife, of course, she couldn't get down there. So, but anyhow, what was the most scariest place for you?
I've done hundreds and hundreds of investigations, and it really doesn't scare me. But there was a place up past you that I went to. It's not there anymore. That we went there, investigated. We got some good stuff out of it, and then everybody
Was
left.
that Jamestown?
Was that no?
Oh, okay.
I went when I was in there. We had like a lot of stuff going on. Then everybody left. Everybody, I'm leaving at 4:00 in the morning. I'm by myself, and I had the place till 11 in the morning. And I saw cameras up everywhere and everything else. So I walked the last people out. They get in their cars. I'm like, hey, have fun, be careful. I turned to walk back in. I froze. I couldn't go back in. I looked out, like in the doorway in the hallway. I could see down the hallway. I could not go back in. Back. This is like 2 years ago. I grabbed a cigar, grabbed my chair, sat outside until 6 in the morning until the sun come up. That's the only time I was like petrified to go in there or anywhere. And I'll walk around the place in the dark. Don't bother me. That was the only time. But yeah, I didn't like it. It was up in Greenville.
I know where you was at. Okay.
Yeah, there's buildings no longer. It's been sold. Yeah.
Yep. The building's still there, but it's been sold.
Yes. 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 You're right.
But Grip, you're right. It was a shock and awe for me. About him and Stace coming down and seeing me. But yeah, I know the place you're talking about, and the new owners don't want nothing like that going on there.
Yeah, no, it was a funeral home. It was a little kid's house years ago.
Yep.
But now I don't even know what it is now. I mean, it's new ownership and everything else, but it was a great building. That was one of my favorite spots.
Well, from what I heard was that they're running that place as their home and as an office to their business.
Yes. Downstairs the business, and the place is really big. It's a big Victorian house.
Oh, yes, it is.
And it's very active. Like our Facebook page and all that other stuff, we have a bunch of videos we got from there. We got growled at, door slams. My camcorders got unplugged. I mean, it's very active there. So he lives there now. So I'm sure he's used to it now.
He better be.
Yeah, he has no choice. Yep.
That's like Hotel Conneaut. Now that place is haunted.
Yes.
That's a guarantee. The owner is remodeling it to look more modern. I can almost guarantee you he's pissing those spirits off.
Yeah. I mean, this is just recent. He's doing it right now.
Yeah.
He's redoing the whole thing.
Yep. When I was up there for the psychic fair this past fall, I could not believe what he'd done. And it's like, are you serious? You're taken away from this place, number one. And number two, you're pissing the spirits off.
Yeah. And the place is huge. And I mean, maybe he just wants to steer a different way, but there's so many good paranormal teams out there. And then the money was still there for it. I mean, because everybody had fun, because every time somebody would go, they would get something. We've been there, we've gotten stuff. So I don't, he just wants to steer away from it, I guess.
My wife and I went up there several years ago when a radio station from Erie was doing the Decades of Rock. And the DJ was playing the music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. And as soon as we walked in to check in, there was that book there, The Ghost of Conneaut Lake, or Hotel Conneaut. I looked at that one. Really? And right away, Beth says, I want that book. Okay, we'll buy it. I don't care. And that's when we first knew this place was haunted. And I was not investigating that then. And then at 5 a.m, I had to get up and go to the bathroom. She says, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to the bathroom. Well, they got coffee out in the lobby. Get me a cup of coffee. They're going back to sleep. Well, I want a coffee. Okay, I'll get you a coffee. I'm out there getting her coffee, and someone walked past me right like this. I went, okay. And I turn and look. They ain't there.
Yeah.
What the hell? So I go out to the door and look, and nope. They're not right there. They're not anywhere in the lobby. I go out on the porch, walk the porch, and looking out of the balcony and everything. They're not there. It's like, shit. That was a ghost.
Yeah. That makes you. I've seen two in all my investigations. I've seen two apparitions that look real as could be. Seen a lot of shadow figures, but two that I thought they were people. They were both in Gettysburg also.
Yep.
Gettysburg's very active.
My wife and I bought a small house over here in Brookfield, Ohio, over the hill, right over the hill from where we're at now here in Sharon. And the one night, now I was working 10-hour days, driving an hour each way to and from work. So when I get home, I'm kind of tired. And I'm in bed, and it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Beth comes in from the bathroom. I didn't know she even got out of bed, but she woke me up saying, who's that little girl playing with your hair? What the hell are you talking about? There ain't no little girl here. I said, you're dreaming. She said, I just came out of the bathroom. I ain't dreaming. Oh, well, get in bed and go to sleep. Later that week, I bought a gas grill. And instead of buying one that's already put together, I'm putting it together in our kitchen. And our daughter married it, lives with us now. She came over to visit. And her and her mom's in the living room. He's sitting there in the living room, BSing. And I thought it was Mary standing next to me. I turned and look. I looked like a 7, 8-year-old girl standing there. Oh, holy shit. Kind of startled me. And I went in the living room. I go, she's here. Beth and Mary's looking at me like, what? I said, she's here. And Beth goes, who? I went, that girl you saw the other night. She says, you've seen her in the kitchen. So, yeah, I couldn't really make out her face, but she had long brown hair. She had a flowery dress on, thin little girl. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
we got one here.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately nothing followed me home yet, so I'm good with that. But
she had been living there because it's shortly after we moved in the house when all this started happening. Mm-hmm. And but I go back out in the kitchen and says, you're welcome to be here. You're welcome to stay around, but don't be causing problems.
And let me sleep. And let you sleep, right?
Yep. Neither one of us saw her after that, so I don't know. But that was kind of weird because you could actually make out a person. not just
Oh.
an apparition.
Well, here's a story for you from Gettysburg. And if Julie's watching this, she's going to laugh because I love this story. It's the truth. A bunch of us, this is years ago, a bunch of us went to the Jenny Wade house. And when we investigated, playing around, joke around investigation, but there was other families with us. And we asked the tour guy, we're like, hey, do you mind if we stay back a little bit? Because we just want to play with our machines a little bit. And that guy's like, yeah, no problem. Just next time, when the next group comes, stay ahead of them. So we're in the room directly above where Jenny Wade was shot. And we're in that room up there, and we're sitting there talking, and I look down and I see this little kid standing beside my buddy Steve. And then the kid looks at me, puts his hand up like this, and ran around his back. And I started saying, I'm like, hey, hold on here. Like, I'm going to say, go with your family. We're doing something here. That's how real he looked. And he just disappeared. He just disappeared. And then on the side, there was a little chain we can't cross over. We had like old furniture in there. It was swinging really hard. It wasn't from the air conditioner. It wasn't from heat. It wasn't from anything. It was just swinging really hard. So we got to the end, and I asked the tour guy, I said, in your opinion, how many spirits do you think are in this house? He goes, some people say 5, some people say 6. He's the most popular is this little boy. And I said, hold on. I said, I'm like, time on. I said, let me guess what he was wearing. I said, he's wearing a dirty long sleeve white shirt. His collar hangs way down low, and his sleeves hang like drooped down. Because he put his hand up to get to run around my buddy Steve, it was hanging down. He had dirty brown wool pants on, and he had a little bowl cut, like they always say, a bowl cut.
Yeah.
It was a perfect bowl cut. And the guys are laughing. He goes, yeah, you saw the little boy. Well, I named him Joey. I don't know why I just did. So every time we go to Gettysburg every year for a couple of days and go to Jenny Wade house, and I always ask for little Joey, but haven't seen or heard from him since. But that's the first time I've actually seen a real 100. I actually thought it was one of the other family members' kids running around. That's how real it looked.
Yep. And that stuff like that is interesting as anything. But commercial break. Folks, this is brought to you by Spiritual So Simple. You can get a hold of them. The phone number is up there, 606-714-0852. Yeah, it's Sydney Stewart. I've had her on my podcast. She is a great psychic medium. And she's pretty right on, and let me tell you. So make sure you check it out. Spiritual So Simple. But anyhow, I definitely had to throw that plug in. I don't have any other questions yet, surprisingly. But the other thing, too, you've been doing this for a long enough time.
Almost 20 years, yeah.
I talked about this on a live, and we discussed it very little. But the jealousy, the infighting, and all the drama between groups. Now, I dealt with you enough in the last couple of years to know you don't try to get involved with that crap. You try to get along with everyone.
We're on the same.
Going on there?
We're all on the same. We're doing the same mission, trying to get evidence. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know why people. I mean, I haven't heard. I'm starting to hear it a lot more recently. Probably in the last 6 months. And I talked to, like I said, I do a lot of investigations with other groups. Like right. we do a lot with P&L Paranormal. We're setting up stuff. Alone in the Dark Paranormal. We're gonna start setting stuff up with them, and we're trying to do joint things because I want to learn more. I have my ways of doing things, but there's other ways of people doing it that I might like. So why not work together as a group and kick butt and try to find out more?
Exactly.
Heck, we'll be dead and gone. We'll be getting investigated by the time we find anything out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the baby steps, work together and go hardcore forward.
I've been saying
But
that right along in the cryptid field. But the paranormal field seems so much worse with the drama. So much. And I know every field will have some, but it really, excuse me, it really got bad in the paranormal field the last 6 months.
the biggest thing I get jealous of when I see somebody they have an SOS camera. I'm like, damn it, I want one because I don't have one yet. That's about the only thing I get jealous about. I mean, let's all work together. Like I said, and like if you go to a big place like Hillview Manor, you go to Madison, places are huge. Work together as teams and just break off and go into teams and learn from each other. You know, you can do a heck of a lot more because if someone's on the first floor, stuff might be happening on the third. If you have more people there, you don't want too many people. Then it gets too noisy. But I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know, but I just know that anybody wants to get together and investigate with us is a joint thing. I'm all for it. I'm 100% for it.
And that's what I always say. You know, I didn't do this podcast to become a famous podcaster. I did it to learn from it, learn from other researchers, investigators, and that. And I'm always saying, share what you know. You know,
exactly.
So we can learn. And I've been saying that since day one. I try to promote unity in all fields. And it,
like when we do vending, we just sell some merchandise. I make a few bucks here and there to help cover some costs of stuff because batteries are expensive, equipment is expensive, and everything else. People come around and tell me, like this one group came and said, hey, we're trying to find a place like in southwestern Pennsylvania or wherever. I tell them all the spots we go. Why keep it a secret? I want somebody to get a video of a full apparition. It don't have to be me. I don't care. As long as someone gets it, so we can prove to people that aren't believers. Look, we weren't kidding.
That's the thing too, and I'm not jealous of anyone finding anything. You know, and like you said, jealousy. The thing you're jealous of, the SOS camera. Yeah, you know, and I tell everyone this is one of the most expensive hobbies I ever had.
Yeah.
You know, truthfully. And because you got to look at it as a hobby, because if not, if it becomes a job, then it's no fun anymore.
Exactly.
And yeah, I've been at different events too that recoup my cost of, because I don't charge to go speak. I don't charge for when I get a motel room. I pay for all that out of my own pocket. I'm going down to Virginia to speak in June. You know, paying my own way.
Yep.
And BJ, you're grounded. BJ Lapierre, she's late. You've met BJ. I know you have at my event and a couple other ones.
Yeah.
You're late, lady, so you're grounded. And where's your mom? But the thing is, there's times I pay for my vending spot if I'm not speaking. This way I can get reports. I can learn from other people. And the whole 9 yards. You know, it's... And by the way, you do got a lot of nice crap on your table. Put my shit to shame.
No,
I got shit, you got crap.
No. It's just we just have different stuff. We have different. Yeah. Everybody sells hoodies and T-shirts and that. We just we want with glassware and just different stuff for our emblems. Like I said, trust me, if I could retire my other job and do this in paranormal investigating, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But it's just not there.
How far away are you from retirement?
6 years. I'll be done in 6 years.
Well,
and trust me, it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, especially for what you do, brother.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grab something here. Down, where the hell is it? There it is, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we talk about selling stuff and all that. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. And then on that side, it's just a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just to make a few bucks to help cover some costs. That's all it is. Help for gas or whatever. That's all. Heck, I mean, I said I'm not making a lot of money. Like the one event we went to at Gretchen's Lock, Three Souls Paranormal. I became friends with those guys and ladies.
What who?
The Three Souls Paranormal.
Three Souls Paranormal. Oh.
Yeah, they were. They were at
You're
Gretchen's.
talking about Frank and Scott.
Yes.
Yes.
So like
oh yeah,
they,
great group of guys.
they like my merchandise. You know what I mean? And like the slates. I have like slate coasters that have my emblem on it. They really liked them. I actually that day right down there, I called the guy from there that makes them and told him, said, "Hey, there's the guy gonna be getting a hold of you. He wants slates made with his stuff on it." That's all. I'm all about helping. You know, teamwork and helping.
Now, and like this, it's a candle in a pint mason jar.
Yeah.
I sold a bunch of them. Shot glasses, sold a bunch of them. I don't sell them for big money. And Bonnie, we forgive you for being late, but we don't forgive BJ. She's grounded.
We forgive her this time.
Oh, Bonnie, I'll forgive all the time. She's one of my biggest supporters. And that's BJ's mom.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's, I wasn't plugging this stuff. I'm just showing that's the stuff we got to buy this stuff and pay for it ourselves and then resell and make a couple dollars. And I don't charge big money for my stuff. I make $2 on something. I'm happy.
Exactly.
No, but
and you see me at our table every time we have stuff going on, and Joel's my girlfriend. She'll vouch for it. She'll be the one helping wheel and deal and selling. I sit around and talk to people. I love talking to people, about different things. People come and like, and a big satisfaction I have too, is I've noticed too a lot is people come up to me and say, "Hey, listen, I really appreciate you being here." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." Like they're like, "No, seriously, if I want to talk to you about something paranormal," I'm like, "Go ahead." They're like, when they try to talk to somebody else about it, people are like, "Oh, you're crazy," or that. Well, some people say, "Oh, you're crazy," you're this, you're that. But you can sit here and you're going to listen to me and talk to me about it. You know what I mean? And people like appreciate that so much. So I sit there and I'll talk to anybody about everything, and give my opinion. People show me pictures. "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I'm a straight shooter. I'm honest. I don't want to give anybody any false hope or a lie. I'm like, you know what? To me, that looks like dust, that orb, or that to me, that does, I just give my opinion. I'm not always right.
And that's what I tell people. This is my opinion, or I'm very straight up and honest. And I tell them to keep Bonnie, she said in my one thing presentation about keeping an open mind. And that presentation was about, what's that? Bill gets my paranormal stuff, whether he likes it or not. Yeah, BJ, that's true. I do. But the thing is, I tell them, all right, the paranormal Bigfoot is what I call my presentation. Do they jump through portals? I don't know.
Nobody does.
Do they get beamed up into the spaceship? I don't know. I did see a Bigfoot, yes. But none of that stuff happened. But could it happen? Anything's possible. But I'm not going to be the one to tell you, yes, that happens. I don't know.
That's why they call it unexplained. You don't know if it does or it doesn't.
Yep. And the thing is, if us guys are not honest about our stuff, it's just, it doesn't help the research and doesn't help you. You have the faith in the people.
Yep.
And whenever someone comes up and wants to say something to you about their experience, even how far-fetched it is, which I'm going to use this as an example. And she's coming on, I think, next week. Yep. Shelley Stetzer. She's from New Jersey. The first time I had her on, she started talking about the experiences she's having. And I'm sitting there listening and thinking, oh, what a wackadoodle. But I'm still paying attention and listening. And the more she talked, the more things start coming together. And it's like, she's not so wacky.
Yeah.
She's definitely not. Her and her husband are really great researchers from New Jersey. They are awesome. You will meet them at my event in March. They'll be there.
All right. Yeah. I would like to meet them.
Yeah. They're awesome people. I love them, man. They are great. And the thing is, she did it. She went around until she hit the center of the subject and brought it all in together. And it's like, holy shit, you got some crazy stuff happening there.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I'll definitely try to tune in next week. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Hear what you hear. So I like to hear. I love to hear other people's stories and experiences. I mean, that's because that's technically research. You learn from other people that way. You know what they did, how it happened, why it happened.
BJ, I'll do that. And Bonnie, I know you still have an open mind. Welcoming Witch just asked, what is your favorite paranormal show, movie, or book, and how has it influenced your perspective?
My favorite show would be probably Project Fear. And probably I like watching Jason Hawes shows because to me they seem more realistic. I mean, TV's TV. We all know that. And I think that those two are my favorite because, I mean, everybody takes it serious, but I think theirs is more serious, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to throw this one out there, too. Any TV show, movie, it's about making money for the producers.
Yeah.
Okay. That's in the cryptid field. That's in the paranormal field. Now, like finding Bigfoot. They'll never find Bigfoot. I don't care. They're not going to prove me wrong on that because once they find a Bigfoot, the show's over and the producer's not making money.
Yeah.
I'm using that as an example. And truthfully, not a book or a movie or a show really changed my perspective or influenced it. It's the experiences of doing it really changed my perspective. Like when we were at the old Butler VA hospital, that really, really put me over the top with that. At Oakwood Cemetery in Sharon, PA, I saw that orb there near the one mausoleum. And there's no lights around there. And my wife spotted it first. And she goes, what's that light up there? And I'm looking and I went, oh, that's coming out of that mausoleum up there. And because we always hiked in the evenings in there or at night because no traffic. And we only lived a couple houses away from it. And she went, oh, okay. And then we probably about 10 feet. And I stopped and I'm looking again. And I went, now, wait a minute. The mausoleum don't have electric. And it don't have windows. What the hell is that light?
Yeah. I mean, it's, yeah.
When I said that, I turned and looked. My wife, my daughter, and a couple of grandkids were gone. I said, well, I'm going with you.
Wait for me. Wait for me.
But yeah, it's the experiences that we've got. That's really changed my perspective on the whole paranormal field. And same with the cryptid field. The Patterson Gimlin film really got me for the Bigfoot. I agree to that one. Yes, because for the time it was taken, and that there was that was not hoaxed. Even though there's a lot of hoaxing going on out in the Bigfoot world.
I mean, there's a lot of fake stuff out there. I mean, it's, I follow these things I follow them on Facebook, and some of the stuff's just so ridiculously
right.
cheap.
And or having that little girl and standing beside me while I was putting that grill together. That really changes your perspective on stuff. Or you seeing that little boy up in Gettysburg. So
Well, that was definitely a game changer.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, welcome, Witch. Have you ever had any paranormal experience yourself?
Have I had any?
No, I'm asking her.
Oh.
I'd like to find out. Yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel, Tim?
Yes. We have YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Etsy page.
And
all Beaver County Paranormal. If you go under Beaver County Paranormal Team on Facebook, there's a box in there you can click on and take the other sites.
So make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube too, and mine if you're not already subscribed to mine. But yes, and like his pages. And I can honestly say Tim is a great researcher and a good friend. And he's very straight up about his research and investigating. But the thing is, if we're not straight up, Tim, what's going to happen to our research?
No one's going to believe anything. It's going to be crap, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you a quick story. I mean, I'm not going to say no names where the place was or anything. A big time TV company came to a place somewhere in the tri-state area, and they wanted to do an investigation there and put on TV. Well, they were doing it, and they told the owner, they're like, "Can you turn your cameras off inside your building?" And he's like, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, it's interfering with our stuff." So he shut the monitor and everything down. We watched from his phone. This is all the honest truth. That's what he's telling me, and I don't know why he would lie. But he was watching from his phone the cameras, and the producer, they're upstairs in the one building, and they were doing an investigation. There was two paranormal investigators there, and all of a sudden you hear him say, "Cut." He leans forward. He goes, "Okay, no, you get sick. Then you over there, you say, we got to get out of here." You help her up, and you walk her outside to get fresh air. And action. He actually seen that happen. He said he was never so disappointed. He actually wanted to throw him out of the building. He told me, why would he make something like that up? He's not trying to make himself look bad. He feels bad that there's people out there like these TV shows that do that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And we don't. I guess I'm just too honest with this, and I don't try to BS anybody. You know, I have one friend, God rest his soul, passed away a couple of years ago. Uh, and shortly after I had my sighting, and he kept harassing me. I said, "No, wait a minute. Your brother-in-law's brother is one of the bigger researchers in this area, and you don't believe him?" He says, "Oh, I believe you and him. Now, why are you putting me down like you don't believe me?" He says, "Bill, I got to keep that persona up of Mr. Cole." I said, "That's not being Cole."
No, that's being fake.
And he'd do anything for you. And he goes, I mentioned about my brother-in-law's brother to a few people that I work with, and they start harassing me about it. He says, "I believe they're out there, but I don't know for sure." He says, "So I don't want harassed." Okay. He says, "And you're the only one I pick on." I went, "Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will go with that." Uh, the one restaurant I go to all the time, the waiter's always saying something smart. But then he asked me, "Have you been out? Did you find any more evidence?" And, he's a closet liker.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. And you get that. I don't care. And they know I'm not going to lie about it. When he did a Christmas display down there, he put a little Bigfoot up in the Christmas display. There's some trees he had up on the shelf.
you make a little ornament.
Yeah, just a little Bigfoot, and he and it was great. He did that because of me.
Oh, okay. That's cool. We'll do that.
Yeah, then after the Christmas display was down and that, I brought down a little one because that one belonged to someone else. So I brought one down. He moves it all around on different areas of the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Keep changing it up.
Yeah.
Like, where's Waldo?
Yeah, exactly. Can you find a Bigfoot?
Yep. But there's non-believers out there. I mean, what can you do? I mean, that's what's great about this country, that you have your own opinion,
Yep.
That's just, people believe, people don't believe. People believe in Bigfoot, but don't believe in ghosts. People believe in crypto stuff. People, it's.
How can you not, if you believe in ghosts, something you can't see, how can you not believe there's Bigfoot, and vice versa? How can you not? I can't fathom that. Oh, it's about time you showed up, Spark. Here's a question. What are your thoughts about Waverly Hill?
I've never been to Waverly Hills. We have never been there. So I don't know.
He doesn't think about it, Sparky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I watch like shows on it and everything else, and like documentaries and stuff on it and everything, but I've never personally investigated there. So if I'm asking me if I think it's truly haunted or anything, I don't know.
But Danny asked, have you been to any places here in West Virginia? He asked that a little bit ago, and I forgot to pop it up.
No, we want to expand on there. Only one I've done to, like I said, Moundsville, and that was like 20 years ago, and it was actually a public hunt. But other than that, most of our stuff is in Ohio. Down that way, it's like Bel Air, Ohio area.
Yeah.
We get on there a lot. We go up near Cedar Point, Sandusky. We've been to New York.
You go down to the Bel Air house or the Ross house?
Both Bel Air and Ross.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually getting ready to go to the Ross house here pretty soon again. She's the owner. She's a great woman.
Yeah. Cindy's going to be at my event. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's an awesome person, and her building is amazingly big. I mean, the house alone, then you can rent out also the antique store,
Right.
And they say stuff's like gets comes with like old furniture because they buy like real estate and stuff, go to estates, and things are attached to it, and so it's really active. It really is. I mean, there's stories that I was in the one room trying to communicate, and my girlfriend was in another room, and people were down the hall, or down in the other building, and she thought I was walking up to her, and she turned around. There was nobody there. She heard footsteps plain as day. And I was still in the other room.
Cool. And Sparky says, don't waste your time for Waverly Hills. Some shady operators there.
Oh, okay.
And he would know. He would know. And he wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I know this man personally.
Well, I take it all, like I said, into consideration. Like I said, I appreciate that you tell me like the input, whatever, because like I said, I don't want to go anywhere fake.
Yeah. That's the thing.
The problem is people are in it for money. That's I mean, if you like some of these places you rent out to go to are ridiculously expensive anymore. And that's like, there's a lot of places that people says, I can't do that because they want to know. They want to find out what the afterlife and everything is. So they don't want to jack up prices to lose people. But there are some places out there, it gets pretty expensive. You need a bigger group. If you only have like 4 people, you have to go to a place that's $1,000. That's $250 a person. But if you get, 10 people, it's only $100.
That's the thing, no matter what field we're researching in and investigating in, there's always someone out there to make the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
And like,
they don't care about the unknown. They just care about green money.
Yes. And
I like money too, but I'm not greedy.
Well, like I said earlier, it's one of our most expensive hobbies we ever had. It's buying all those equipments and the cost of going places and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it all adds up.
Oh, yes, it does.
But I found out you can go a little ways into the woods and then you can sit there. Maybe if it's safe enough, make a little fire. Then let it just sit there. If they're around, they'll come see the fire and see what's going on. And they'll start watching you. You just got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Griff, you're going to bring that one up. And then we got to do this one. Any thoughts on the Conjuring house and the drama?
Oh my God. I mean, reading up on it and everything else. Like actually, my girlfriend just talked to the lady's apparently starting up again with this Jason Hawes and everything else. I truly think I don't know her at all. I don't know. I would like to know what she was like before she bought that. Is something attached to her making her be like this? That's my question. Is she have an attachment that's making her? I mean, the video was on public when she got arrested for DUI, how she was acting, and I don't know. I'd like to see what she was like beforehand, before she bought that house.
Yeah, because we really don't know.
Yeah, it's like I said, she might have had issues like this beforehand, and bought the house and just slowly progressing, chemically imbalance, getting worse, whatever. That could be it. Or she could have been the nicest lady in the world, bought this, got an attachment, and she just doesn't realize it because it's so bad. And
now they closed it down.
Yeah, it's closed down. From my understanding, from my hear, it's closed down. I'd love to have gone to seen it, but I ain't going up there now.
Yeah. And it's a shame.
Yeah.
And Danny goes, how was Trans-Allegheny?
Never been there either. Never been to that one.
Me neither.
Yeah, I actually went down there vending, was outside looking at it. I can't believe how big that place is.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I've been talking to, like I said, Alone in the Dark Paranormal, and we're going to be teaming up, and I think we're going to try to hit that place. It's so big. I mean, I have a team of 10 people, and he has, I think it's like 6 or 7 people, and I think we're going to try to get all hands on deck because that place is immense in Trans-Allegheny. I think we're going to get down there and try to hit that, but I don't like cold, so I'm going to wait.
Let me know. If I can, I'll go with you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's more people, the better. I got tons of equipment. I have probably $8,000 worth of equipment. I got 7 camcorders. I have a ton of REM. I have all kinds of different stuff. I mean, and then people.
You said that word.
I know. Do you see? I caught myself. I stopped. I didn't do it fast enough. Yeah.
The pod.
Yeah. That pod. You know. Yeah, you can't. I can't say the R word anymore.
Yeah, ain't that a crock?
Yeah.
There. That's all about the money.
Yeah, but like I said, I make equipment like that too, and I sell because, like I said, when I first started out, one of them pods were like $180 to $200. And the way I look at it, I want everybody to experience and have fun. So I make ones that are, and I only charge $40.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're smaller. They're more. You can put them in your pocket and everything else. But they get mad because other people are doing that too, and everybody's buying the cheaper ones. Because Bill, say you're brand new with this. You're like, I'm gonna try ghost hunting, and you got to spend $180 for this, $100 for that, $50 for it. You spend $600-700, and then next thing you know, you're like, I don't like this. Then you're stuck with it. Yeah. Buy the like little starter kits like I have, or like with the people all over online. People are selling stuff smaller, cheaper, and it still does the same thing. And then this certain company is pretty upset over that. And
well, that's the thing. I bought a recorder, and I paid $100 for this recorder because it's supposed to be top of the line. Hell, a $15 recorder does a better job and doesn't kill the batteries as quick as this H1N1.
You're right. And batteries are pretty.
It's like, really? Let's run for an hour and a half and it's dead. Come on.
That's why we do the vending. Like, I bought an Obvious and it was X amount of dollars. Save up for it. I finally get it. 6 months later, look, we got the Obvious 2.0. I'm like, I just got this one. Now I have a new one on.
Yeah.
You know, so.
The Apple phone.
Yeah.
No.
Paranormal equipment is like computers. After so many years, whatever else, they become obsolete and you have to get a new one.
Yep.
They just don't work right. So.
Sparky, don't apologize because you've been around. He's not trying to. He made a comment. Someone asked about Griff did, and Sparky goes, Mansfield is either scary activity or nothing in the way of activity. Yeah, it's a hit and miss thing. And he goes, sorry, I've been around, not trying to sound like a know-it-all. And no, he's not. He's been there. He's done it. And he's done it a few times. Me and him has gone out and researched Bigfoot together. And he's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
And
no, it's a bit like Sparky said. I mean, sometimes you'll go to places, there'll be off the hook stuff going. Like, so we had a hair pulled. We had,
yeah.
I've been bit, scratched, shoved, had a rock thrown at me. And then if you go to these places, it might get nothing. That's why I always give a place. If I go to a new place, I give it 2, maybe 3. If I don't get down first 3 times, then I'm not going to go back.
Right.
But I always give a place always a second chance because you just never know. Because we're on their time. They're all on our time. They don't care. If they don't want to talk or communicate or make your machines go off, they're not going to. You know what I mean?
that's like my Bigfoot sighting. Uh, it was at Salt Fork at the group camp area going down the Buckeye Trail. I didn't expect to see a Bigfoot. I was hoping to get the Ohio, but not a Bigfoot. Nah, I ain't gonna see one. My very first night, I saw one. Have I saw one since? Hell no. It's a hit and miss.
No, you're 100% correct with that. People say, I'm going here because I'm going to go see some ghosts. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You cannot expect to see one because it makes things so much harder for you. If you try too hard and your mind plays games with you, you have to go there with an open mind and just try to communicate and talk and hope something comes out. Like I said, I've done hundreds and hundreds of investigations. I've seen two apparitions that were real as could be. That was it.
Michael Woods asks, what is your favorite piece of equipment to use on a hunt? A gun? No. Sorry,
that won't even help, bro. That won't even help.
Oh, on a ghost hunt. No, not a gun.
Well, we've been trying something new. I mean, the motion balls, or also known as cat balls, we use them. We get a lot of action on them, a lot. Yeah. The tripwire we're doing really well on. The new thing we've been trying, and I tell other people, is I'm not keeping secrets. Like, hey, I'm not going to tell nobody because it works well for us. We're in Madison Seminary, and we're up in the attic area. It's a ballroom. Our whole team sat in a huge circle. We all got a motion ball or a cat ball, and we put it like 3 feet in front of us. We sat down and turned it on. And we start talking to the up there, like, hey, if any spirits up here that would like to communicate, there's a ball in front of each one of us. Whoever you want to talk to, light that ball up. It looked like Christmas up there. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it's a good way, because if I'm talking, they don't want to talk to me, maybe. Maybe they want to talk to a female. So that's a new thing we try is who they want. Uh-oh. What?
Oh, my God, yes. In the one room there at the old VA hospital, the spirit that was in there, like the one girl and me, whenever we talk, our meters go crazy with it answering us and reacting to it, me or her. Anyone else, nothing. They pick and choose who they want to communicate with. I really believe that. And something I put up on the screen when we was talking about different places you can go, and you got all kind of activity, and then you go back, there's nothing. Rick goes, see, just like being married, sometimes really hot while others are icy cold.
Bill, and you ever hear my saying, and I should patent this, I said, ghost hunting's like fishing. Sometimes you catch a lot, sometimes you catch nothing.
Yep.
And that's the truth.
Yep.
You might go there and have unbelievable amount of stuff. And like, I was just going through stuff. I put more stuff on our Facebook page from Madison Seminary. I sat there and watched 12 hours of video. And I got 3 little clippings of stuff that we got on there.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just not there.
Now, Ghost Chick, she went through hours 5.5 hours of recording, and came up with maybe a half hour's worth of stuff to put out there. You know, even though it was so active, you know, but to actually be able to put enough stuff out there, you know, probably about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But that was an exciting place. So that really got your heart going.
And that's the thing too.
Yes, if I got a heart, don't even say it, buddy.
And that's the thing with us. Like when I go through stuff, if I'm not 100% sure, I pass on and keep going.
Yeah.
I truly want to believe, okay, that was a voice. Or I truly want to believe that just moved. If I'm not 100% sure, like it might have been the wind or it might have been, then I just pass on and keep going. Because I'm not going to put some false stuff out there. Of course, there's going to be skeptics everywhere, and everybody's Facebook page is always a skeptic. You know, you can say,
it's good to be skeptical. And
oh yeah,
even with your own research, be skeptical. You know, Sparky wants to know, do you use psychics on your investigations?
No, we have never used a psychic, no mediums or anything like that. No, like what we usually do is when we go to a certain place, like a new place, some of us will do a tour to learn what's going on where, or like the hot spots are. Some of our guys or girls will stay back and not do it because we want to see what they experience to see if they experience the same thing. We don't want no mind games. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know. You know, I had a psychic message me this past week. If I ever want one to go on an investigation with us, I says once in a while we would, but we don't use them really.
Yeah, that's weird.
You know, I don't know if it'd be a good thing to use them or not. Sparky, what do you think? Is it a good thing to use one or not? You know, you've done this for a long time. Yeah. I can trust his answer on that. But then Griff says, psychic can be hot or cold too, just like a married. but no, seriously, I don't know. I think a psychic could help at some point, but I think it might be a hindrance. You just blinked on and off.
Who, me?
You there?
Me?
I think we lost them.
Bill?
Oh, that was me that time. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Losing internet. All right. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Bill. Bill?
Says we're connected.
Earth to Bill. If you can hear me, Bill, I can hear you, but you're frozen. Oh, now you're off. If anybody else is still watching, hi, everybody. I can't read questions or comments or anything else on there. I apologize. I see just me now. Bill, where are you, Bill? See, you were talking about the ghosts and they got you. It's all fun and games till you talk about the ghosts.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you there, Bill?
Yeah, I'm here now.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
I thought maybe the ghost got you.
Huh. All right. Sparky did answer my question. Mixed feelings. Depends on the person. Been with some that were really on and others you could tell were faking it. And that's like some of the ghost hunters too, Sparky.
Yeah, there's fake people and everything. Like, once again, just trying to make money. That's all they're trying to do. That's the hard part, is finding a true medium, a true paranormal team, or whatever else. They said we do house calls. Like, we go to people's houses and business calls, and we do it for free. Like, I call it a meet and greet. First I talk to them on the phone, then we do a meet and greet. I tell them what we're doing, what we do. I show them how our equipment works and everything else. And if they like how we do things, then we come back and do an investigation. Just to try to help people.
Yeah. I know some people charges. this family near here had someone come in because they had some strange stuff happening at their house. Charged them $75 for BS.
Yeah, so that's ridiculous.
Yep.
That's just all about money right there.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've been right out of Pittsburgh, Allegheny County. We went to Beaver County, going to people's business. We went to a veterinary place, and they said they've seen some little kid running down the hallway, whatever else. We put our machines up and everything else. We picked stuff up there. You know what I mean? And they're like, I appreciate it. They wanted to give us money. We're like, no, it's okay. We help get you answers. Plus, they gave us more experience and training. We're good. We're even.
Yeah. And you're not in it to make big bucks. You know, it'd be great to make money at it, but you got too many dumbasses out there, and I'm being very honest when I say dumbasses that are ruining for everybody.
Yeah.
Like the one that charged $75 to just talk BS and not do anything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's this taking advantage of somebody, and are asking for help, and you take advantage of them. It's just not right.
Yep. I got that in all fields anymore.
It's everywhere. It's just the world's upside down right now.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's disheartening the way some of these people are. And when I was sick this past summer, I did a lot of listening and watching on Facebook and that, and it's like, wow, I can't believe they're doing this. I can't believe none of that shit.
Bill, that's like you told me, what, about 2 months ago we were talking at one time. You said about how people were at each other's throats, like paranormal teams are at each other's throats and trying to make each other look bad. And I'm like, I really haven't paid attention to it because I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm too old. I don't have time for it.
Right.
But then I'm sitting there. I'm seeing more. I'm like, you know what? Bill's right. There is some cutthroats out there.
Yep. That's
why I keep saying, work together, man. Let's get answers together. I want to learn, like I said, these other teams I go with, my team and their team, they get together. We learn from each other. I can learn ways they do things. I mean, no, I'm not going to go to a place and pull a certain person and go into a house or a building and start yelling, "You mother effers," and then start screaming, yelling. We don't taunt. We don't do Ouija boards. We don't do seances. We don't do anything like that. I won't go with people like that. I just can't do that. I have not. I respect, because they were humans at one time. I'm going to respect them.
Yes, and I gotta. When you mentioned Ouija boards, I never trusted one. Never. Not because it could bring up a demon, but you and a couple other people got your fingers on the thing and it's moving around. Are they kind of pushing a little harder than they should?
You know what? I tell people about Ouija boards. I heard this from Dustin Perry. He used to work on Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
I actually met him at a little event. He says, if you want to know if Ouija boards really work and you think people are pushing it, have the people sit across from each other, put your finger on the little dial, whatever it's called, put a camera up and video it, and then blindfold yourself and see where it goes. If you blindfold yourself, you're not going to know exactly where no is, yes, each letter.
Yeah.
So if it's really a spirit helping you do it, it'll go to the right letters.
That's true.
Yes, if you're blindfolded, you're not going to know where you're going. That's good. I mean, people believe in Ouija boards and everything else. I just don't use them because they make me nervous. That's like with seances and stuff like that. I don't do anything at. You know what I mean? I don't play. I play nice. I walk into every building. I say, "Hey, how's everybody doing? We're here to communicate with you. No disrespect." And every time I leave, I tell them, "Hey, I'm going home to my home. This is your home. You stay here, please."
Yeah.
And of course, I've got fights of wood. Knocking on wood, nothing's ever followed me home.
That's I've been lucky too. Bonnie says she tossed one of those to get rid of it. The Ouija board. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not big on those.
I got a friend. He's from up in Maine that has the biggest traveling Ouija board museum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He will be in Johnstown at the Masonic Temple this year again. And it's a hell of a layout he has. It's huge.
Where
And
does he own a haunted house? Or
Does
so you ran out for paranormal? Does he? Because I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. Windber, Pennsylvania. That's over near Johnstown. It's over near Johnstown. It's the Grand Midway Hotel. It has the second largest Ouija board on the roof of it. So we investigate there a lot.
No, he's from Maine.
Oh, okay.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's called the Grand Midway Hotel. The guy's his name's Blair, and if you ever get a chance to go when you go to Johnstown, he'll let you tour it. It's 29. It's there's an old bar there, which there's no wrong function, but then he has 29 bedrooms, and they all have beds now. But each room is themed different. One room's a Frankenstein room. One room's a demon room. One room's a mermaid room. One room's Frankenstein room. And he decks it out. Like, there's so much cool stuff. There's 3 stories tall, and on the roof you can climb up to the roof. And depending on the weather, you don't want to slip off it, but you can go up and look out the window at the roof. And it used to be the world's largest. Someone just beat him out I think it was last year, a couple months ago, last year or something. Beat him out for the world's largest Ouija board.
Oh, wow. I'm going to ask Joe Fogel about that.
Yeah, if he's coming down this way, it's right outside Johnstown. So, like I said, the town's called Windber, something like that. Windber. Nice little town.
Yeah. I know exactly where it's at. Windber. Yeah.
It's right near that Sheets over there.
Yep.
Just go when it's warm because there's no heat in that place and it's cold.
Yeah. And March 5th, I'm going to be at one of the top paranormal places in the state of Pennsylvania. I ain't saying it's but one of the top. And I'm going to be doing my podcast from there. Hillview Manor.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be there with Donnie and Dale. And they do their lives on Wednesdays. Yeah. Along with, like I do. And me and Melissa was talking, and I says, maybe I can do my podcast from there. And she says, why not? Let's get a date that we can go on a Wednesday night. And so it's going to be March 5th. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, really. That's not that far from you, right? That's like in between you and me.
That's like 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's about 35 minutes from my house to Hillview.
Yep. And I'm going. I'm definitely going, man. This is going to be fun.
That's a big. Are you gonna go tour it too? Go, son.
I did a tour right before HillCon.
Oh, okay.
On the tour, because I was never there. Even when I lived down that way, in North Beaver Township, I drove past it when we was going to Sandballs, or Hills and all that, and that general neighborhood. But Carrie, we got there a little early, and I walked up to the door. I knew you couldn't go in, and she came out real quick, and she said, we're not letting people in. I said, I know. I said, I'm early. I wanted to speak. She went, oh, you're Bill. I went, yeah. I said, this is the first time here, so I'm just looking around out here. She says, let me finish this meeting with everyone. She says, I'll get someone to take you for a tour. Really? Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got to tour the place real quick before it opened up.
yeah, that place is a lot bigger than it looks from the outside.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot bigger.
Yes, it is. And I felt some stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
On the tour. I went, yeah, something's
Yeah,
happening.
we had machines going off in there too. I mean, it's that Jeffrey room. What's that? Mary Virginia's room where all the beads hanged on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I got, like I said, on our Facebook and now we have video. I had a camera around there all night, and it sounds like a bed or something getting dragged down the hall. There's no one moving, no beds.
Yeah.
And then footsteps, someone running up and down the hall. There's no one there.
So I'm going to have fun. That's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And doing a live podcast from there would be awesome.
What was that? March what?
5th.
Okay.
Yeah. A little over a month away. And I can't wait. I wish it was sooner.
Yeah.
But no, I really like that place. So you could tell there's stuff there.
Oh yeah, there's most definitely stuff going on there.
Yeah, then being there with Donnie and Dale was going to be even fun.
I met them a couple years ago there. Yeah, they actually make it fun too. They're serious, but they make it fun.
Yeah. I recognized Donnie. I didn't recognize Dale at first. And Dale's the one that was giving me the tour at first. And me and him joked back and forth. I had a great time. And then we got in several different discussions that was kind of serious. And you can tell he's serious about that too. And it's like he ain't putting nothing on. And then I saw Donnie a little bit later. We went to the auditorium for the one speaker, and Donnie was standing out in the hallway listening. And I come walking back out. I had to go back to our stand, and I go, I know you. He's looking at me kind of funny. I says, you're Mr. Live, Donnie. He went, yeah. Then I introduced myself to him. And, and then when Donnie and Dale was going to be speaking at the event.
Event. Your event?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and when I asked them, oh man, they were all excited and jumping all over it. They're very happy to do that. And then when I messaged them that me and Melissa came up with a date for me to be there, Donnie was really happy. And so was Dale, but and I messaged Dale, and he finally got back to me, and he goes, "Awesome!" So yeah, it's going to be fun being in there with them.
Yeah, I see them on Facebook and that live, whatever else, or Wednesday show.
Yeah,
they do a good job.
Yes, they do, and going to have fun with them with that. I just got to put StreamYard on my phone. Or take my laptop with me. But anyhow, it's about 20 to 9 already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, buddy?
No, I just, like, anybody's going to do any kind of paranormal investigating, I just ask them, just be polite, be respectful. Like, if your machines go off, like we do, we say thank you. Don't try to instigate or coax, because if you do upset them, they're going to win, because they can get you and you can't get them. Yeah. So I just tell people, just show respect with them. That's all. They're people one time too, and don't get discouraged if you're out there for hours and hours and get nothing, because it's there. Just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to be respectful, and the thing is too. If you're not respectful with them, they can do more to you than you can them.
Oh, you're 100% right.
And so, And it's always nice to be respectful, anyhow, even to the living. And
There you go. Yep.
And Sparky, respect your elders. Since I'm older than you.
It's funny.
But now give your webpage and all that, your YouTube channel, everything. You give that out to everyone again.
Yeah, our webpage, I'm still working on that, but our Facebook page is Beaver County Paranormal Team. And there's actually you can click on that page there. You can go to our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and we have an Etsy page. We try to sell a little bit of merchandise on there also. Or if not, it's Beaver County Paranormal or BC Paranormal. Make sure you follow us.
Yeah.
I do all my videoing, a lot of my videoing, and like I said, there's times I get tied up with my job and everything else. But I try to watch as much as I can, because if I go to a place like Madison Seminary and I put 6 cameras up and they run for 10 hours, that's 60 hours of my life I got to sit here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then you'll be like, wait, did I miss something? Go back a couple of seconds. I mean, it takes time, but we try to put up as much as we can. My daughter helps me run it, whatever, and she actually puts like little questionnaires and stuff on there. It's pretty neat.
That's cool. That is cool.
And if anybody has any questions or they have like pictures of something or whatever else, they can post it on our Facebook page, as long as it's appropriate and it's to do a paranormal and it's real. I mean, if they truly don't know, or email it to us. You know what I mean? Beaver County Paranormal Team at gmail.com. And we can talk to them, be like, hey, listen, well, I know we're going to be honest. We don't. I'm not going to lie to somebody just to make them feel better.
No.
Because that's just, I'm an honest person, and we'll tell you, hey, we don't think that's true, or this might have been this or this. I mean, but we can help anybody out, anybody you want. There's any other paranormal teams out there near us within the tri-state area. They want to get together and gang up on a location. We're game.
Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. If you're not straight up and honest, that pareidolia in the Bigfoot feels crazy. And I tell the people, I believe it's pareidolia. And I had people yell at me for it. That's not pareidolia.
Most of it is. I mean, most of it is. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But it's if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Just talk to other people and get their opinions. If you have 7 people say it's pareidolia and one person no, it's real, most likely it's not going to be real. And it's unfortunate. Don't get discouraged. Keep on talking. Keep on hunting. That's all you got to do.
Right. Here's a red circle. Here's a red circle. See, that's a family. No, that's all the shadowing in the trees.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. But even if you don't get nothing, if you find out if it's not real, just keep on trucking, man. You will eventually get stuff. That happens. But it's not like TV. They get stuff all night. All these companies, these TV shows, they video for a week. They wear the same clothes for a week.
Yep.
They put everything together. And how I know that is I went to do a place up in Zillionople, and they said a paranormal team company's coming, or paranormal organization's coming. They were closed for 3 weeks. The first week they set up, the second week they video, and the third week they tear it on.
Huh.
So we couldn't get up there. But so that's what I said, they wear the same clothes, so it looks like it's been one night.
Yeah. And that's a shame.
I wish to hell I could get that kind of evidence in one night. You know what I'm saying? There's nights there a cat ball will go off for one time the whole night. We're like, are you kidding me? You get discouraged, but you're like, okay, let's get ready for the next one. That's all.
That's all. Yeah. And that's what, if you're out Bigfooting, you don't find nothing, you don't see nothing, but you're out in the nature, buddy. You're fresh air.
Yep.
Nature.
Exercise. Yeah.
Yeah. It can't be any better.
Exactly.
But anyhow, everyone, thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. Tim, now that I broke your cherry on the podcast.
You're not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to be a professional.
You are now,
No,
baby.
this. If people are watching, they can tell this is my very first ever pod. I'm a private person. I don't get into that. I just go do my stuff and go home. This is the very first podcast. I'm like Bill. Bill's a great dude, awesome guy, nice as can be. I'm going to do it for him, and I enjoyed it. I hope everybody else enjoyed listening to me too.
Yeah, you did awesome. You did awesome, Tim. You straight up. You threw everything out there, and that's the thing, and that's why I wanted you on, because I know you're a straight up guy about it. So
I appreciate that, Bill.
And I thank you for doing this. And,
no, anytime. You're a good dude, and I'll probably talk to you here from now to your event, but I'm sure I'll see you at your event, buddy.
No, definitely. And I can tell Joey, I popped this cherry.
Yeah. He should be more mad I talked about her.
God. She'll gonna say, it's about time. Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, thank you again. Hang tight. Everyone, you all have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for tuning in to the Agents of the Unexplained. Please visit our website at agentsoftheunexplained.net for unique paranormal merchandise like t-shirts, books, and coffee mugs. Join our Facebook group and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more thrilling content. Until next time, keep questioning the unexplainable.